Hey, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment. Let me know where y'all from. Are you a fan of Young Dolph? And who you rocking with? So let's get right into it, man. So the feds opened the inside of Yo Gotti's restaurant because they already knew that it was retaliation and revenge, that his cousins and his peoples that work in the restaurant, that ate at the restaurant, that was doing everything, they basically ended up getting set up and getting slid on due to the fact that it was already a whole lot of tension going on between Yo Gotti, the restaurant, all the restaurants, Moneybaggyo, and including his restaurant, because a lot of people didn't know that Moneybaggyo had that restaurant, and that everybody already knew about Yo Gotti's restaurant, because that's when they pulled up to protect his restaurant right after the Dolph thing happened, because they already knew that somebody was going to end up doing the same thing and try to slide on them in retaliation. And so what happened is that the feds had to go in there and basically look for all the little evidence, look for all the prints, because they know at the end of the day that they were being targeted. And Yo Gotti's peoples who got hit up, man, it's condolences to them. And they really they trying to get justice for Dolph, but they also trying to get justice for Yo Gotti's peoples, because at the end of the day, nobody should have been getting sent up. It shouldn't have been to that level to where they actually get mad at each other and go to those lengths, because people in Memphis should be coming together and be trying to actually get a lot of bread together, because a lot of people, it's when you come together, you could do way more than when you separate it apart. And so that's why Dolph was trying to come together. That's why Grove Hero steady talks about bringing people together, doing the turkey drives, doing the food trucks. He does the food trucks the most, because he already understands that he's not going to try to go open up a restaurant and have Moneybaggyo and have Yo Gotti have competition with him and have problems with him and send Big Jook his way. Because if Grove Hero and Young Dolph wanted to open up a restaurant themselves, then it would have been a situation where everybody's restaurant would have had something happen to, because the beef was already such at an enormous level and an enormous rate that they were already ready to put a money on Dolph's head and to slide at the cookie shop and everything like that. So if Dolph and Grove Hero actually had a whole sit-down restaurant, then the people would have targeted it a long time ago, and it would have been to where whatever happened to Yo Gotti's restaurant and Moneybaggyo's restaurant would have been a lot worse, due to the fact that they would have been like, okay, they did this to Dolph restaurant, so they're going to go to Yo Gotti's restaurant and do the same thing there. They're going to go to Moneybaggyo's restaurant. All in all, man, and that's why a lot of people thought that Dolph was the actual investor in Yo Gotti's restaurant and Moneybaggyo's restaurant. And they even thought that he has something to do with the whole operations of how Makita's cookies work, due to the fact that he could have had a safe back there that he had his stash in, or the fact that I also invested a lot of money into them, because that's why he kept visiting them. Nobody else from PRE ever visited Makita's. Nobody else is visiting the cookie shop like that. And so why do you think out of all the people, Dolph would be the only one doing it, and none of his artists, none of his people that he hangs out with actually ever go to the cookie shop? Because the cookie shop is probably, it could be just like how Yo Gotti's got his restaurant and Moneybaggyo do. That could be Dolph's restaurant or his spot that he invests in, but maybe they not telling everybody that Young Dolph is actually in on this or anything like that. And so he could have been one of them secret type of owners, secret investors, where he's coming in undercover boss to try to actually see if the cookie shop is using the right gloves and making the cookies for the right amount of temperature and the time set on the oven. And so that's why he could have been going up there so many times, and the fact that he would spend his money there. But it's not like Key Glock was going up there and breaking bread with them. If they were actually trying to like help a small business, they all would have went there and they all would have chipped in. But maybe that's what they were supposed to do for the music video. So maybe a lot of people spoke too soon, and if the music video would have really went down, they could have donated a big sack, 100K, 200K to Makita's, just for letting them shoot the video there, and for, you know, Dolph just coming and visiting there if he actually did like them cookies. And so another thing is that the reason why Dolph only went there and Key Glock and them never spent money there, and Yo Gotti never spent money there and anything like that, is because Dolph did have things running in there. And so what the reason behind that is that he can't come and have Key Glock and them spend all their bread in there, because then they know that it's not real. It's not like a real customer. You know, Dolph was trying to get real customers to where he wasn't just trying to have his friends come in that were rich and just give him money. Like, he actually wanted it to where if Dolph was, you know, not coming around Memphis, if Key Glock and all of them moved out of Memphis, the own customers of the cookie shop would have been coming in and actually buying the stuff from them. And so that's why Dolph could have actually been going there and shouting them out and putting it up to where he actually did the shout out where he showed the sign and said, look at the cookies. That was the time he was in the white truck. If you really open your eyes and look at the facts, you will see that Yo Gotti and them never did a music video at Privé, and Moneybagyo never did a music video at his place, because they know that that's what Dolph was going to do at the Makitas. And so if Yo Gotti and Moneybagyo or Black Youngster was to do a music video in front of a restaurant, then they would know that Big Moochie Gray, OG Bangwayne, any of the PRE people, anybody who was really actually trying to slide for Dolph would catch them lacking, sliding, and pull up in front of the restaurant where they do in the music video, because they would know that that's what Dolph was trying to do there. And so they're not going to let them get the last laugh by having them do a music video in front of the restaurants, because that would be a low-key diss to Young Dolph. And so that's why Black Youngster and them keep dissing Young Dolph, because they know at the end of the day that you don't, normally people don't diss each other if they have nothing to do with the situation. 100%, 10, 11 times out of 10 times, it's usually if you're dissing somebody, you might have had something to do with the way that they had went out, especially when it comes to rappers and dissing somebody that actually got sent up or passed away or anything like that. That's why a lot of people now are actually saying that nobody should be dissing people who passed or anything, because that is going to make the family more upset, and it's not really allowing them to get the proper like peacefulness and let them lay to rest without having people actually speak down on their name and diss them where nobody can reply and everything like that. And so we already see a lot of that situation from a lot of the rappers that's coming out of treacherous places where they have a lot of ops and everything like that. And so basically, instead of turning Memphis into another one of those type of cities or whatever, to where, oh, people get hit up and then they diss them in the songs and whatever, people should realize that Memphis has to come together and bring the peace so that they could continue for the next generation and pass down the torch that Dolph lit, and that Grove Hero, they're going to do the right thing and actually teach the people how to get the businesses successful, how to get these youth to stop playing around in the streets and stop doing what CMG is trying to like show off as cool. You know, they see all the videos, they see the Black Youngster videos, they see the ESTG videos, and so they see that the image that's portraying. And so would they rather, people should rather choose, you know, the type of thing that Grove Hero and Young Dolph had going, because at the end of the day, look how it worked for Grove Hero. Grove Hero was basically, you know, young at the time where he met Dolph and everybody like that. And so he knows that even, you know, at the age that he was, Dolph had a tremendous impact. And so imagine how they could do it with the even younger groups. And so that way they get to that success by the time that they're 18, 21, and they know right from wrong. And so that they don't go and throw their life away by making pointless mistakes that they might have heard in a rap song, or portraying the attitude and keeping this ego and attitude that they seen in the rap videos and everything like that, that they might have seen from Yo Gotti, or they might have seen from Moneybagyo or Black Youngster, or the situation about beefing over baby mamas and the drama where if you're not even married to the lady or you're not going to pursue that, then why are you trying to start problems with somebody when she's the one that actually went and got with him? And so at the end of the day, people just got to open their eyes and realize that it's a revolving door situation, and that it's still going to be ongoing, because PRE and CMG, I mean, at this point, they haven't had a truce yet. And so they got to call their truce. They got to have CMG, PRE come together and actually make some type of peace, so that people in Memphis that's young and don't end up trying to actually take each other out because they like CMG or they like PRE more than the other group or the other side. And so a lot of people, especially if they listening to the old heads, and the old heads, if they haven't changed their ways and mentalities, then they just gonna be teaching the youth the same thing. And these kids in this all South in the whole country, basically anywhere you look at it, is that you got to be actually preaching the right things to do, or at least give, you know, tell them both sides of the story. You know, don't just glamorize all the stuff that's actually bad. Tell them about what happens when you get caught. Tell them about what happens when you get popped, when people tell on you, when you tell on somebody else. All of the things that could go down is that people have to explain it instead of just taking one little portion of it that ain't even all 100% of what it is, that lifestyle is, and they try to blow it up like, oh, that's, you're going to benefit so much, when in reality, it's more that could go wrong than going right. And so you got to flip it to where you're making more things just go right because you're not doing any of the wrong stuff. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you later. Peace.